Welcome to Vlogz Automotive Podcast, a hybrid call-in talk show where you, the viewer or listener of the Vlogz YouTube channel, can tune in and listen to the latest in automotive news and happenings within the automotive space. I'm Mario Gear. Want to be a part of the show? It's easy. Just call our show voicemail hotline at 805-419-5129 any time of the day of the week before the following Thursday and leave a message. Or please follow us on the Clubhouse app. Become a member of the Vlogz Gearheads Club on Clubhouse and raise your hand to come on stage and be a part of the community when we go live, most nights starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. So sit back, relax, and crack open a cold one. Used vehicle sales pick up despite higher prices. Tax refunds finally are arriving, ushering in the traditional spring bounce for used vehicle sales, according to the Cox Automotive analysts of vAuto. Available inventory data released March 17th. Sales of used vehicles, while still pricey, started to heat up last week of February during drawing down supply. The inventory of used vehicles began building to more normal levels at the end of January, ahead of the spring selling season. On March 1st, the total supply of unsold used vehicles on dealer lots across the U.S. stood at 2.62 million units. That compared with Cox Automotive's revised numbers of 2.55 million at the end of January. The supply entering March was nearly 5% above a year ago. However, sales heated up by end of March and closed with a day supply of 51, down from the revised number of 55 at the end of January. The days supplies at the end of February were up 11% year over year. Cox Automotive days supply is based on daily sales rate for the most recent 30-day period, which in this case ended March 1st. Cox Automotive estimated that used vehicle retail sales increased 3% in February from January, but had failed to show the typical seasonal increase driven by tax refunds season until the last week of the month. We are finally beginning to see the important spring bounce in our used vehicle data, said Charlie Chesborough, Cox Automotive senior economist, in a news release. He noted that in the last week of February, used vehicle sales were up a hefty 104,000 units from the previous week, marking the best week for used vehicle sales since late November. High prices don't seem to be hampering sales, but the hot sales caused by a big drop in the day's supply. At the end of February, the average listing price dipped again to $27,608, about the same as a month earlier, but off the December peak, which was surpassed by $28,000, according to Cox Automotive data. Still, the average listing price was 28% above the end of February 2021. On the wholesale side, used vehicle values, according to the Manheim Used Vehicle Value Index, declined 2.1% in February on a seasonal adjusted basis and have declined 3.8% in the first 15 days of March compared to the full month of February. The lower price segment had the lowest inventory and lowest days supply, according to Cox Automotive analysts of vAuto available inventory data. Vehicles under $10,000 had only a 32 day supply. Those priced between $10,000 and $15,000 had a 37-day supply. Price segments from $15,000 to $35,000, which represented the biggest volume of supply, had day supplies ranging from 43 to 59. The higher the price segment, the higher the day supply. So if you've been in the used car market, have you, what are the prices have you been seeing on cars that you've been looking at if you were looking at a used car to acquire in 2022? I'd like to hear your guys' feedback. Does this story and its data ring true for you in your neck of the woods? What are you guys seeing out there? Comment down below. Rising fuel prices lead to concerns of gas theft. Fuel theft by methods such as drilling holes to drain all fuel out of a vehicle is becoming a bigger issue for fleets across the country, especially as gas prices increase. Let's read the rest of the story. As the fuel prices continue to increase, there's more of a concern for gas theft. Stacy Houston, owner of a Las Vegas biohazard cleanup company, recently experienced fuel theft with 5 of her fleet trucks. When she arrived at the office, she discovered that someone opened the gas doors of 5 trucks and drilled holes into the fuel tanks to drain all the fuel out of them, according to a report by News Nation. One of them is a 14-foot box truck that's like $200 worth of gas, Houston told News Nation. I understand people are hurting, but we are all in the same position. We are all paying the same for gas. In Atlanta, police arrested a man accused of damaging vehicles by puncturing gas tanks to steal gasoline. Wow. During these crimes, the suspects appeared to use a tool to drill a hole into the gas tank of the vehicles, resulting in hundreds or thousands of dollars of extra costs for fuel tank repairs, according to a press release by the Atlanta Police Department. The suspect was charged with multiple counts of entering these vehicles and criminal damage to property. Emery Shen, a gas station service technician, said he's had calls about theft at several gas stations, according to a report by ABC 7 Chicago. There's been reports of people siphoning gas directly out of the tanks, he told ABC 7, putting a hose down into the gas tank and sucking out. We all hearing reports of people drilling in the gas tanks, taking gas out of cars directly. If possible, law enforcement officials urge people to park their cars in a garage or well-lit area to avoid fuel theft, according to News Nation report. Wow. My opinions and whatnot. Yeah, you can go to your local AutoZone or Pep Boys and, get yourself a locking gas cap. That'll prevent the average gas thief, with a siphon hose or hand pump, trying to steal out of the filler neck. But what are you to do against somebody taking a cordless drill and uni bit on the end and drilling through your gas tank to steal your gas? I mean, it was bad enough when people are stealing catalytic converters off of Teslas, and someone was smart enough to come up with a, catalytic converter shield deterrent. But now somebody's supposed to design a universal product to fit around your gas tank that give you added protection from your gas getting stolen. It's like, God, don't want to make this political, but we know who's to blame for this one. Comment down below what you guys think and what suggestions you think you would do to prevent gas theft, from your place of business or home. Used vehicle supply down slightly amid less product. Total used vehicle sales in February were down less than 1% from 1 year ago, according to Cox Automotive estimates received March 17th. The seasonal adjustment annual rate, or SAAR, was 37 million in February, which is down from January's revised 38.7 million and down slightly from February's 2021's pace of 37.3 million level. Quote, used vehicle inventory has improved since last summer's supply drought, but product availability remains well below pre-COVID levels, according to Charlie Chesborough, senior economist at Cox Automotive. And the mix of products includes more newer vehicles and thus fewer affordable options to choose from. Retail used vehicle sales, the volume of vehicles sold via a dealership, thus removing private party sales, were unchanged year over year. The February used retail SAAR estimate was 19.5 million, down from 20.4 million in January. So supply and demand, you have people who can't trade in their cars because there's lack of new supply because of chip shortages, and it has a trickle-down effect. Question of the day, were you in the market for a new vehicle this year? Do you think the worldwide, globally chip shortage has affected your buying decisions on what vehicle you'll purchase this year if you are still in the market? Yeah, comment down below what you guys think, and let me know. Tesla recalling more than 900 Model S, X, and 3 EVs for rear view camera display. The fix is quick and easy. Let's find out. Tesla and the NHTSA have announced another recall for its vehicles, and it once again affects the rear view camera display. The good news is that it's a fairly limited recall with a simple and easy fix. The recall estimates that only about 947 cars are affected, including 2018 through 2029 Tesla Model S and Model X cars, and 2017 through 2020. Now, 2029, that's got to be a typo. It's got to probably be 2019. There's got to be a typo in that article. And cars from 2017 to 2020 Model S or Model 3s. The problem is that some of these vehicles that have the autopilot computer 2.5 and some certain firmware versions won't immediately show the rear view camera image on screen when shifting the car into reverse. This doesn't mean the federal safety regulations and its increase the chance of a collision. The fix is simple. Tesla will provide an over-the-air update to be updated and verified by a technician. As with virtually all recalls, the fix is free of charge. Tesla will send out notification letters to affected owners on May 17th. Owners can contact Tesla about the recall at 1-800 or 1-877-793-3752. And the Tesla recall reference number is SB-22-00-004. So there you go. If you have a Tesla and your question, contact them, give them your VIN number, and they'll tell you if your car is affected or not. And wait until May 17th when the over-air updates are available and can be installed and verified by a technician. So Tesla will be in touch with you. Here are a few videos YouTube thinks you may enjoy. Be sure to follow me on all of my socials. So crack open a cold one, sit back, relax, and have a blessed day.